thanks to support as a channel member, Dallas Orion. Oh, I am trying not to get too excited, Mrs. Wearmouth, but I think we might have found our first superstar, our first hero of the save. No, not you. No, we've got a good young striker. For goodness sake. Hello and welcome to part 3 of Holiday Home. I'm Kevin. Coming up on today's episode, we have 2 games for you in the league because we've discovered the league is all we've got. There is no cup this season. I'll show you that in a second. But we are away against top of the table. I want to call them Jose Espanol and Silla as well. Since you were last with me, we've had what could only be described as a mixed form. As you can see, we've won a few, lost a few, drawn a few. It feels like it should be mid-table form. It's actually form that's leaving us in 5th place, just about hovering outside of these 2 automatic promotion spots. Remember, no playoffs at this level. It is automatic promotion spots or nothing. And, I mean, we're kind of in with a chance. Only 2 points behind the 2nd place team. The last 2 teams we've played are teams who've been up in that top 3 early on in this season. We lost 3-0 away to one of them, but did beat the other one 1-0 at home, including a first ever goal from our new youngest ever goal scorer and youngest ever player, Gabriel Vidal, who started his first game in the absence of a suspended Piquez and did grab the only goal in the game. So that was lovely, exciting stuff. And actually, if we go and beat Jose Espanol, we could start to move up towards those automatic promotion spots. I think automatic promotion this season would be a step too far. It would be a terrifying disaster if we get there, but it'd be fun, wouldn't it? We always like a promotion. And as mentioned, we have now realised as well, there is no cups at this level. The only competition we're playing in this season is the league. We actually, if we look at the schedule, we only play on Saturday throughout the entire season. So it's at the end of this episode, we're going to be a third of the season through. It's just a 30-game season. We'll be on game 10 by the end of this, and we'll have a fair idea of how the rest of our season might be about to turn out. So if we want to be in an automatic promotion hunt, or it's the only kind of promotion, there's no playoffs, these are the kind of games that we need to win. He likes to be a poacher, so let's make him a poacher. So this is the team that we are sending to top of the table, Jose Espanol. We've got Florek in goal, a back 4 of Camino. New signing alert. I forgot we signed him. Kelly Huerta is another old man who's in on loan. We just needed more old men. We only had 3 centre-backs at the club. So we've signed an additional one, Sergio Kelly Huerta. We're not paying all of his wages, so I guess that's fair enough. So he partners Ivan at the back alongside Emilio Fernandez. We've then got Milanese on the left, Fakal on the right, who scored an absolute screamer during the in-betweeny bits, by the way. If you've not checked out the in-betweeny bits, extra homework over on lollujo 2 yet, Fakal's goal that he scored, that is a reason to head over to lollujo 2 after you've watched this video, just to see that absolute... It's goal of the series. There will not be a better goal scored in Holiday Home this year than the one Fakal got a couple of matches ago. So you want to go back and watch that over on the 2nd channel. We've then got Serrano and Ocon in central midfield, and then Pierce and Pequez up front. Pequez returning from suspension. Should be absolutely full of goals. It's a little harsh on Vidal, who scored the winner in the last game, but then doesn't get to play in this one. But you know what? The kid's 17 and Pequez is our top scorer, so he kind of has to come back in, and I don't think that Pequez and Vidal is necessarily a front 2 that is going to work for us, at least at this stage. Vidal still looks very, very raw when he plays. And the goal that he got in the previous match, it was very much 1 yard out, the ball kind of hit him, tap in kind of situation. Very similar to the one that... Thank you for the demonstration of the kind of goal that we scored in the last match. It's very much appreciated, but thankfully the referee has disallowed it because we just needed it as a demonstration. It was a proof of concept rather than an actual goal, and thankfully has been disallowed. So it remains 0-0 as we enter the quarter-hour mark. I thought they had a player called Genius for a minute there, and I was going to... It's not. That would have been... I would have loved to have signed Genius for my team, but it's not to be. And now they've got a free kick on the edge of the area, which was floated into this far post, but they had a man over who had 2 bites of the cherry and couldn't get it past Florek initially, and then that near post, both denying the attack of I couldn't remember the name of the team we're playing, the Jose Espanol team, and they are denied. And now we've got a free kick in quite a dangerous area, and it's Ignacio Pierce to take. He hits it from range, and I mean, he didn't go anywhere near the goal. So I reckon I'd have hit a better free kick than that one. So gotta say, I'm a little disappointed in it, but remains 0-0 as we move towards half time. And to be fair, I'd be pretty happy if we came away today with a 0-0. We're away from home against the best team in the league on current form so far this season. So if we can get through this and not lose it, I think that's a fantastic performance for us. Now Ocon from central midfield just runs and then stops and gives the ball away. And now Milanese's been sent off. This is 2 big away games against teams in the top 3 we've had now, and both of them have seen us pick up a red card. Never change, Football Manager. Oh, you're in a big game that you probably should lose. Oh, but you're playing quite well. What can we do about that just to guarantee that you lose? Oh, yeah, we can give you a red card. Thanks, Football Manager. Love you too. Brilliant. I don't know what to do here. I guess we bring Paul. We're going to take off Pekes. It's a little bit harsh on him, but we're gonna. This is the shape we moved to in that game. We lost 3-0 when we were down to 10 men. So it's a real selling point for going to this system. But no, not. We still want him to be a target man, but on attack. So we're going to do that, and I think we'll drop this down to balanced. I mean, we're going to lose now anyway. The frustrating thing is, it's fine if we do lose as well, because we're away from home against the best team in the league. We're kind of supposed to lose. We're a team that is supposed to be finishing mid-table. The board are happy as long as we don't finish bottom. So, now Pierce is tired. Vidal's going to go up on his own. I mean, Vidal could really cement himself as the new Mick Powell if he could grab the winner for us in a game like this. That would be absolutely massive. We've got Farinos on as well, who is one of our best defenders, can play anywhere across the back four, so it's always handy to be able to bring him in to plug a gap wherever one might be. And Ocon is now tired. We've got Mashigadzi who can come on that left-hand side. Is he right-footed? He is. I thought he was. So we can make him... You know what? We're going to make him an inside forward. And we're going to make him the attacking one. He's going to drop back to be on support. And then we'll just swap those two around. I like to have one of my wide players on attack, one on support, just to keep it vaguely balanced. And we'll swap those two around as well, so that we've got the defensive midfielder behind the attacking winger, which is how I usually like to have it lined up. And then for my final trick, we are going to take off Fakal and bring on Jorge, who inexplicably can play on the right side of midfield. But, I am quite unconvincing when I play as a winger. It's the same position, Jorge. Would you just get over yourself, young man? Goodness me. Watch him have a terrible game, though, because he doesn't like playing. Oh, it's too far forward. I will just play there, you tool. It's the same role. Goodness me. Footballers are so silly. Why are we not closing him down? I mean, you've got 10 minutes. Stand there with the ball as long as you like. And very close. This is heroic. If we manage to hold on here, my assistant manager is screaming at me to go very defensive. If he keeps that up, he's going to get fired. We will never go very defensive for as long as I live. But if we can keep this one out, That's frustrating. A 90th minute goal. We defended valiantly through normal time of this match. And then the time that was added on, presumably, it wasn't. There was 7 seconds of normal time left. But my narrative is it was the time that was added on as a result of all the shenanigans around the sending off. Oh, we could... Here's your moment. Here's Vidal for the equaliser. Quay charging just charging straight into their player. They're trying to get in behind again here. Kel Hueta intercepts nicely. Now Farinos, ball over the top for Vidal, but it's very easily defended. This is what I mean about Vidal looking very raw. You saw it there. He just kind of runs about a bit and doesn't have much oomph about him yet. But you know what? Coming away from home against the team top of the league, losing 1-0 to a 90th minute goal when you've had a player sent off because Football Manager is mean. It's not disastrous, is it? We're still sixth in the league. I'd be very happy with a mid-table, upper mid-table finish this season. I've not got any aspirations of promotion this year, and I think we're doing all right. So let's. Is the next one winnable? Silla, where are they in the league? See, if we go and win this one, we'll end the episode all happy, and it'll be fine anyway. Right, few changes for the Silla game then, as we continue to kind of just flail around and work out who our best players are in each position. I mean, I look at that bench and do think, well, Fakal is probably our best player, but Jorge does need game time. The thing we've got is everybody's out of contract at the end of the season, so we need to work out who we're keeping, who we're not keeping. We need to work that out relatively soon, because once we get to the 1st of January, these players can sign pre-contracts with other clubs. And this guy's only earning £4 a week, so it's not going to take much to tempt him away. You offer him a Marks and Spencer's meal deal once a week, and that's a pay rise. £5.50 for a Marks and Spencer's meal deal, I discovered the other day. Absolutely horrendous. We are not sponsored by Marks and Spencer's, that's for sure. Other changes, Farinos comes in to play left back. He's another one. He's one of our very best players, but I don't really know what his best position is. We've played him everywhere across the back four. He's probably a centre back. The game thinks he's a right back, and he's today playing at left back. He's 6'4". You can't teach that. It's lovely stuff. Quay comes back in central midfield as well. Ocon on the left because Milanese is suspended, and that is your team news, brought to you not by Marks and Spencer's, that's for sure. Right, let's get these boys submitted. We are hoping for a win today, because this is a team who are, I say they're not great. We've only got 5 more points than them. There's not much separating the team third from bottom with third from top. It's very much a league where everybody seems to be quite capable of beating everybody else. You've got a couple of teams who are really good, and we've lost to them both, and everyone else can kind of beat everybody else on their day. But that was the most Benidorm goal we'd scored so far, and I'm a little bit upset that it's been disallowed. Big long ball forward, the big man nods it down to the quick man who scores. That had Benidorm written all over it, and I'm a little bit frustrated that it's been disallowed. But we continue on the attack. Pekes doesn't manage to win the ball in the area, though. He's got it back here. And now Ocon on the left tries to tuck it back across goal. It takes a wicked deflection, which pushes it into the path of Pekes. And this time he actually manages to stay onside. And it is his 4th goal of the season, his first since returning from his recent suspension. And Ocon is one of those players, similar to what we were just saying about Jorge, who Ocon's probably not our first choice on that left-hand side, but he is probably good enough to still be here next year if we're still in this league. And with the entire squad, the only player in the squad who's not out of contract at the end of the season as things stand is Vidal, who we've just given a contract extension to because loads of clubs were trying to sign him for nothing. So Vidal has the contract for next year. We are paying him a very generous £1 per goal bonus as well. So we really went for it to try and keep him at the club. Once he's played 15 games, he'll be earning £10 a week, even before his £1 goal bonus. So we really are pushing the boat out to keep him, but we do need to make some decisions, probably before tomorrow's episode, about which players are going to get contract extensions and which aren't. And it's not necessarily as simple as just giving contracts to everybody who's playing at the moment, because it's not that this is a team full of 19, 20-year-olds who are all going to get better. Some of these guys are in their mid to late 20s. They're not going to get any better. And if we don't get promoted with this team this year, we need to improve it in the summer. We've got no capacity on our wage budget. So we are going to have to make some tough decisions and maybe lose an Ivan or two, which will be very upsetting. I mean, centre-back Ivan, the number 5, has already said he's not currently interested in renewing his contract. So we know he's probably going to be signing a pre-contract and going elsewhere. So some of them are going to be taken out of my hands. But some of them, like Ocon, like Jorge, I'm going to have to make decisions about. And it's not fun when you get the decisions wrong. That was very close to being an equaliser there. This behind the goal here is never used. I don't know if it's closed for redevelopment, or we just don't bother opening it because the ground never gets full, or what the situation is. But It seems mad that there's no one behind the goal. If you were on holiday in Benidorm and you wanted to come down and watch the football, you're going to stand behind the goal. You're not going to go and sit in the stands, surely. This makes me think that we've not got our own set of ultras yet, and it's actually a bunch of holiday makers who are just sitting up there with their families, eating their packed lunches and drinking sangria. And I don't know if that's the kind of club atmosphere we want to build. I want a bunch of people in black hoodies behind the goal, throwing flares around. That's the kind of club we want to build. Right, Pequez, lovely run for him, lovely goal. Round of applause, everybody, for Pequez. That was lovely, lovely stuff. He has picked that up very, very deep, danced past several players, and then just slotted it under the goalkeeper. I mean, look how far back and how wide he was. He beats two men there. They just never catch him up. Goes past a third, could argue a fourth, and then slides it under the goalkeeper. It's 2-0 to Holme, and Pequez is quite good. He is very much quite good. He's only here on loan. I don't know if we're going to have the option to maybe bring him in permanently for next season, or whether doing that just gets in the way of Vidal, because they're very similar kinds of striker. And I think it's probably a choice of one of them alongside Pearce at the moment, rather than necessarily playing the two of them together. But that was lovely work from Pequez. Now Jorge plays the ball forward to Fernandez on this right hand side. He plays it across to Pearce, and his shot comes back off the post, but they're not really dealing with it properly, and we're just continuing to pile on the pressure. I mean, I feel a little bit hard done by that we're only 2-0 up at half time. We have properly dominated that first half, and very good value for our 2-goal lead, and this would put us firmly in that 5th place. I'm a little bit disappointed there's no playoffs in this league, because we'd be looking quite good for getting into the playoffs this year, but there are none. If we don't finish top 2, we're still in this league. That actually makes this quite a hard league to get out of, I think, because with a semi-pro team where players are only really signing 1-year contracts, it is quite hard to basically build a team that's going to go and win the league, because not every team at this level has 2 automatic promotion spots either. Some have only got 1. I have no guarantees that we'll have 2 automatic spots next year. That could rotate around. I don't know how that works. So we kind of need to sneak into the top 2 this year, or be prepared to build a team that has to win the league next year. We don't want to spend longer than 2 years at this level. We need to start moving up the league structure. FM24 is on its way. I know we can import the save into FM24, presumably. I assume you can with edited databases. It'll be heartbreaking if you can't. But with FM24 looming like 3 or 4 months down the line, we don't want to spend 4 years getting out of the bottom tier when we've still got 3 more promotions to do afterwards. That's lovely work from Quay in midfield to win the ball back and then just immediately start running with it. That was like prime Patrick Vieira there, and then crosses it to Pearce, who I think that's like the 3rd time today he's hit the woodwork. What is with him? There's our target man taking the deep free kick as well. That's probably something that needs addressing. And Silla trying to muster up some kind of counter attack, but we're 3-0 up with 25 minutes to go. They may as well just pack up and go home. We've got this one all wrapped up, and I mean, that's just very comfortable for one of the Ivans at the back. And now Fernandez to Jorge. We've not missed our 2 usual starting wingers today, which is encouraging. Big deep cross to Ocon. Pequez is there, and Pequez has a hat trick, and that is, I mean, he's absolutely deserved that. Was it a perfect hat trick? Yeah, I mean, it's just, I didn't realise the commentary did that. The commentary has just confirmed a perfect hat trick for Pequez. A header and one with each foot. Oh, I've never seen that come up in the commentary before. Is that new? I like that very much. 4-0 to Holme. Pequez has a perfect hat trick. What a time to be alive. Are we only 1 point outside of the automatic promotion spots? This does have the potential to make things interesting going into the next episode. There's Pearce, and Pearce now has a goal as well. Oh, lovely. Has that been disallowed? I'll hold my applause for now. 4-0 it remains, and I think we can probably take Pequez and Pearce off at this point. Change the front two completely. Vidal can go up top as the advanced forward. Mashingadze can play as a pressing forward. That's his preferred role. So pressing forward on support. One of the Ivans is tiring at the back as well. So that's an easy change to make back there. We're going to drop a little bit of praise. We played very well today. There's been a couple of challenging results recently, but this is a comfortable win today. So praise where it's due for these boys. They're playing very well. And I think I just saw we're 3 points behind second place, as it says, for goodness sake, with the red cards. Oh, my goodness. Well, that's Jorge now picking up a suspension. I mean, at least we've already got a winger on the pitch this time, so we can just go straight to... I mean, we may as well have this system trained. We're having to switch to it so often. That better not count as one of my stoppages for substitutions as well. Hang on. Hang on. No, it doesn't. Okay. That's fine. I don't think. It said 2 of 3. I hope that was counting the one that... If I now can't make my final substitutions, oh, I'll be cross. Right, Serrano trying to come away with the ball here. Plays it through to Vidal. Are we going to see Vidal grab a goal in a video? We're not. I mean, it's poor from him. Mashingadzi, he's got one, though. That's a lovely goal from him. And that is 5-0 now. He's just gone away, giving it the... I mean, he's celebrating like he's in the 60s there. I love it. Vidal, once again, struggling for any kind of end product. Doesn't want to earn his quid today. But that's a lovely goal. And now, can we make our final? We can make our final changes. So we're going to swap some defenders. We've only got one defender on the bench. Right, we're going to bring him on. We'll take off Kelly Hueta, and Farinos can go to centre back, and then Ocon is tired, so Fakal can come on for him. And that all seems to make a lot of sense. Can we grab? We want 6. We want 6. Come on, let's get Vidal a goal on a YouTube video. That's what we're looking for here. Mashingadzi on the left-hand side. We only need 10 men against this lot. This lot of rubbish. Farinos, cross comes in. Vidal is there, and he does have his YouTube goal. Lovely stuff. It's a lovely cross as well. Farinos, remember, we were talking about how that guy is a centre-back a minute ago. He's got a decent cross on him for a centre-back. That's a lovely in-swinging cross, and Vidal has done... Vidal is one of those strikers who, if he doesn't have time to think about it, his instincts are good. It's when you play the ball over the top for him to chase or play the ball into his feet and he has to actually control it and think about it and take a second touch. That's where he struggles. But if he can do everything first touch on instinct, that's how both of his goals have come so far. And that seems to be what he can cope with. So... I guess if he keeps scoring goals, he's only 17, he's only going to get better. 6-0. We're getting promoted this year. I've decided. Right, we are going to get a bunch of games under our belts again. If you want to see those games as they happen in full, I'll be live on Twitch later today. So keep an eye on that. Make sure you're following. You'll get a notification when I go live. And you'll be able to watch me play through those on Twitch. Highlights of them will appear on lollujo 2 tomorrow as part of your extra homework. Otherwise, we'll be back tomorrow with some matches probably around here where the transfer window starts to open and pre-contracts start to become an issue, because I need to have made some decisions before tomorrow about what we're going to be doing. But until then, if you have enjoyed this video, please make sure you leave a nice big thumbs up on there for me. Subscribe to the channel for daily Football Manager videos. And thank you very much for watching.